Welcome to another episode on the La Rapport. I think this is episode 40. Today I'm going to discuss the crime plan for the Turks and Caicos Islands as recently revealed by the powers that be through various comments and press releases, etc. But before I do, I am going to play a very short snippet of the current Commissioner of Police, Mr. Trevor Buttin, addressing the public and the recent crime situation in the Turks and Caicos Islands, specifically to an incident that occurred on the 2nd of October 2022.
There was a shooting out towards Long Bay, down Havendale Rock. As a result of that, the police intercepted a vehicle, which we believed to be containing the people who committed the shooting. During that interaction, the criminals in that vehicle have fired upon the police car, which has resulted in the vehicle being struck a number of times and a police officer being injured. There are other incidents going on as we speak, which we're managing. Please just remain calm. We'll give you more information later, and we're working hard to keep control of the situation. So again, just keep calm. We'll give you more information later as this incident comes to a close and we're managing it as we speak. Thank you.
Welcome back. My usual disclaimer: nothing that I say in this episode or any of my previous episodes should be taken as legal advice. For legal advice, please contact an attorney of your choice. I have long argued privately that the most demoralizing aspect to fighting crimes in the Turks and Caicos Islands is that the police have no articulable crime strategy, and if they have, it is ineffective. It appears that the recent spate of crimes involving guns has forced the powers that be to finally reveal the crime plan or their strategy in addressing the crime situation in the Turks and Caicos Islands. After 13 or 14 murders in the month of September 2022, and it appears that the month of October has not started off on a promising note. However, I am able to glean, somewhat unhappily, the crime plan for the Turks and Caicos Islands. Point 1 of the plan, it will appear, is to name and shame suspects arrested, whether or not they have been charged with any crime or convicted of any crime. Point 2 of the plan, it seems, is to call suspects criminals during an active investigation, potentially violating their rights to a free and fair trial, and secondly, making it difficult for them to assimilate in society if they are not charged or if they are not convicted for any offense. It seems that violating the presumption of innocence that every citizen has constitutionally is part of the plan by the powers that be in fighting crime and violence in this country. Point 3 is to hold press conferences so that citizens can realize their worst fears, which is that those responsible for their safety are clueless. Point 4 is for those in authority to pledge confidence in those who are responsible for fighting and reducing crimes, even though they are failing miserably. Point 5 is to legislate crimes away by giving the police more powers, even though the powers that the police currently have are not being used properly or are being misused. In my respectful view, laws are not passed to give the ordinary law-abiding citizens more rights and more powers. Laws are passed to take away powers, to take away rights from ordinary law-abiding citizens, and in so doing, transferring that power to the state. And no matter what the situation is, when things return to normal, that power is never returned back to ordinary citizens, because those laws that are put in place are never repealed. Point 6 of the crime plan, it appears, is to introduce mobile police stations with lights and CCTV cameras. What happened to the cameras and the utility poles throughout communities in the Turks and Caicos Islands? Are they not working? Is spying on lawful citizens collecting their data without any guidance or any policy on what become of their data, how long it has been kept, and for what purpose it has been used? Is that not enough? Are these cameras effective? Are they working? Those are questions for those in authority. 7. It appears that part of the strategy in fighting crime and violence is to pray the crime situation away. I make no further comment on that. 8. It appears is to recruit police officers from countries where police officers in those countries have no regard or respect for human rights or the rights of citizens of their respective countries. Just look at the countries named where the authorities intend to recruit police officers from. Look at their track record. Look at their human rights record. And look at the crime situation in those countries. Are those police officers making any impact on crime in their own countries? 9. It appears is to bring more police officers from the United Kingdom. Recently, we had a superintendent from the United Kingdom in charge of the Criminal Investigation Department. We have a commissioner of police who is considered to be English. How is that working out? Under their leadership, has there been a reduction in crime and violence in the Turks and Caicos Islands? Those are questions that we should ask, and those are questions that the powers that be should answer. Did we not have stricter gun laws? Did we not have stiffer penalties for gun and for murder? amending the law so that a person sentenced for murder is not eligible to apply for parole until a period of 30 years. Previously it was 10 years. Has it made an impact on crime? Could legislation alone, without a political solution, properly address the crime situation in Turks and Caicos Islands? Those are questions that the powers that be should adjust their minds to. Have we not had more vicious crimes since the introduction of stricter laws and the recruitment of English police officers? In my respectful view, none of these strategies are viable options. I fear that it is going to get much worse before it gets better. Giving more powers to the police without building up the mental and intellectual capacity of the police force is bound to fail. I see you in another episode. Thank you for watching.